Our pages: Rihanna Young, Rebecca Liu, Mackenzie Moore and Bates, Margot Nelly, Kirith Numati, and Surith Punimati. Thank you for helping us today. Members, we've got an addition that has been sent out. All the members should have noticed by now. Senate Bill 607, Representative Riddell, the gentleman's can approach the dais.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Just one thing, sir. There will be no amendments allowed on this bill at this time. You can amend on the floor, but not in committee. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Chair. On behalf of Representative Zenger and myself, we've got before you this year's version, the 2024 Regulatory Reform Act. As you know, every year we try to collect different odds and ends. Some are orphans, some are seeking duplication of matters, to put in a regulatory reform bill that we can then present to you. This bill, like the others that have preceded it, is well-rounded, touches a lot of things, touches the environment, touches local government, touches business, and seeks to allow people to better succeed in their chosen occupation without unnecessary hindrance or encumbrance by the state. There's quite a lot here, as there always is. And what I'd like to do is just open it to attempt to answer any questions that there might be. I would reiterate what the chairman said. There will be an opportunity on the floor for amendments. So if you'd keep that in mind, and we'd be happy to work with anybody that has concerns over any particular part of this bill. Thank the chair.
Yes, sir. Representative White, you are recognized for a comment.
Thank you. The Health Committee does have concerns which have been expressed over several years now. It has, to date, all of the health chairs, except one that I've not talked with, is concerned about this. We have expressed our concerns. It is not a medical, it has not been vetted through health. It's been vetted through the chairs of health. We have expressed our concerns for a long time now, and it is very disappointing that that non-health folks are pushing something that is not a health practice. It is a storehouse for human trafficking. There's just so many things that I could go on, but like you said, we can do an amendment on the floor, and hopefully that will take care of things. I appreciate all that you have done. I work with you very well. I have no problems with your issues, but in this particular bill is not safe for the public.
Thank you, I think, Representative White. Reflexology has been around for a very long time, and what the Healing Arts Commission, for those of you that have not had a chance to review the bill in depth, it seeks to establish a Healing Arts Commission, which would bring under one umbrella a opportunity for some of the smaller practitioners in the health field, a place where they can land when they're not as big as, say, a medical doctor or dentists or other healthcare professionals. What we've tried to do is establish a new commission that can grow over time as additional small practices and health care styles come into play. I've got to defend the people that we're talking about here. The reflexologist is a bona fide craft. There's a national certification that they have to undergo to get to where they are to be able to practice. I've tried for several years to get them recognized just as an independent practice and their national certification recognized by the state. We got it through the House on a number of occasions, couldn't get it through the Senate. While lo and behold, here, this is the magic hour. We have arrived with the Senate's blessing on reflexology. The second group I would bring to your attention is the music therapist. This too is a valid, but yet smaller, let's say, healthcare therapy. We have several colleges here in North Carolina that grant degrees in the area of music therapy. Are those degrees bogus? Is the practice bogus? Of course not. And then thirdly would be the practice of naturopathic physicians. This is something that is legitimate and recognized within other states. Certainly there are practitioners here in North Carolina today. This just gives them a shield, an umbrella upon which to operate, whether you're a reflexologist, whether you are a naturopathic, or whether you are a music therapist. you should be allowed to practice to the fullest extent of your capabilities. The law up to this point of the Healing Arts Commission has prevented that. This is seeking simply to give them a very public, with oversight, place to make a living.
Representative Dixon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a brief comment and then a motion. I'd like to commend my colleagues for the excellent work that you've done over the years, and I think there is a lot of stuff in here, but from experience, looking back at the good stuff that's happened, it gives me personally a lot of confidence that you've been diligent in what you've tried to do, and I just commend you on that. And Mr. Chair, a motion and correct at the appropriate time.
Yes, sir. Representative Ray, you're recognized. Representative Cunningham.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm on the bill on part 1 on the commission may establish the fees. And I was wondering, I see one that's an annual fee, and that's just the North Carolina Healing Arts license. Are these fees in line with other professional charges?
They are. Thank you, Representative Cunningham. To my knowledge, they are in line with other similar groups. These are not medical doctors with 12 years of educational history. They are oftentimes people with 4 to 6 to 8 years of history. So the cost is not quite as high as joining, say, the doctors.
Mr. Chair, just a follow-up comment.
Ladies recognized for a follow-up.
Thank you. So we did not see this bill in the Health Committee, which I'm the vice chair for, and I wish that we did. But I am very much aware that some of these people are professionals and that some of the music therapy is used in senior citizens facilities as well as young children that are autistic or have IDD. So it's already being used, so I can see the need to advance it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Representative Clemens, you're recognized.
Thank you. May I respond?
Oh, yes, sir.
Just the idea that the bill has not been heard in health, it's not because we did not try. We have requested repeatedly. So to say that it hasn't been heard in health, yeah, it hasn't been because we've not been permitted to. So we have been looking for a way, an outlet, to help these 3 areas of healthcare practitioners find a safe place to land. That's what this is about in the first Healing Arts Commission, the first section. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Representative Clemens.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Representative Riddell. We have a massage school in my district, and I see that there's a significant increase in the hours required for their training from 500 to 650. So I'm just wondering where that came from, because that's a significant increase for people trying to get that license.
Right. What you're referring to, I think, is a change in hours from 500 hours of in-class training to 650 hours. We matched the increase because it was to put in place a agreement or a understanding that this is what the federal government is requiring. So for the students to be eligible for the student aid in these massage schools, we had to match the latest federal requirement of the increase to 650 hours.
Thank you.
Representative Dixon moves for a favorable report to Senate Bill 607. All those in favor will say aye. All opposed, no.
No.
Ayes have it. Senate Bill 912 receives a favorable, Senate Bill 607 receives a favorable report with no further business before the committee. Committee is adjourned.